Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm your host Sandman. Today we're going over a health update and we're going to talk about my training regimen as I work towards trying to close a Captains of Crush number 3, which would mean I would have a world-class grip. So 4 months ago I had an injury, a medical injury. I went to go in for a routine allergy shot, and I had some really serious complications from it. I had trouble walking for about 3 months. My heart rate would go anywhere from 40 or 50 beats per minute at rest in the middle of the day to 168 if I tried to walk further than 20 feet. I had dizziness for a solid 8 to 10 weeks. I had confusion. I even had a bit of a stutter, some eye-hand coordination, balance issues. But around week 10, things started to clear up. The only thing that I could do for exercise during this time, I was using a mobility scooter to get around the neighborhood. I couldn't drive. So I got into grip strength training, and that was just because it was the only thing I could do. I mean, I still had my grip, but I couldn't walk and I couldn't exercise. So I was working on my diet and I was working on my grip. So I now have a program created by Joe Musselwhite, who is considered Dr. Grip. He has the largest gripper collection and he has over 50 years of experience. So he helped me by giving me this program to work towards Captains of Crush number 3, which is considered a world-class grip. So I can currently close the number 2, working towards 2.5 right now, and hopefully get a number 3. So right now I've already done my general warm-up. I'm actually up to running 2 to 3 days a week. I can jog anyways. I've been jogging about 20 to 25 minutes 2 to 3 days a week as a warm-up for these exercise sessions. And I actually started driving. I started driving 4 weeks ago, back in October. We're now November, and I just drove myself to the grocery store just last week, and I was able to take myself to church today. So I'm now back to driving on my own. I'm not ready to drive long distances yet, but I'll get there. So right now I'm doing 8 sets of a parallel set. So a parallel set is, as you can see, I'm taking that handle, I'm using 2 hands to set it to a parallel grip, and then I'm just going to hold that for a period of 5 seconds, and then I'm going to release. And so I'm doing that for both right and left hand. This week I actually see some market improvement, and my left hand was able to keep up with my right. I was actually able to use the 125-pound gripper for both the left and the right hand, which I could not do up to this point. So I've got about 8 weeks or so of training and grip training, and I'm doing really good. Was able to get a full 8 sets, 125 pounds per hand, doing great there. Here I am doing what's called 2-hand closes. So I'm using 2 hands to try to close the gripper completely, and this is supposed to be done on a gripper that's well above what I'm able to do just one-handed. So I was able to close 100 pounds one-handed. So this is me trying to close completely 125 pounds using 2 hands here, and we'll see how close I get. I don't think I'm able to get it. I got pretty close. I got about 1/4 of an inch off, and then I lost it. For my right hand, in total, I did 125 pounds for the first attempt, then 100 pounds for my left hand on the first attempt. Here we have, I was trying for the 125, and I was like, nope, not going to happen. So the left hand, I moved down to 100 pounds, and we're going to see if I can get it closed there. I don't think I got it. I think I was like a good 1/4 to a 1/2 inch off. My left hand was just fatigued by this point. Now we're actually going to move into 112 pound range. So I have increments of 100, 112, 125. So I'm going to see how close I can get on the 112 pounds right here. Let's take a look. I really like this gripper. This is a standard gripper from Canon PowerWorks. Oh yeah, I got that. I have a feeling I could probably close this by certification standards. And by that I mean I could probably use a credit card set grip, and I could probably do it with that. Even though they don't give a certification for 112 pounds, I believe I could open it with a wide set. So here we're back at the, now we're going to be moving to the 83. Did I fail there? Yeah, I failed there. So I tried to do the 100 pound again and I failed, so I moved down to 83 pounds for my left hand. And we're going to see basically the similar set for set 3. I'm using 112 for my right hand and 83 pounds for my left hand. My grips are pretty much burned out by this point. If you guys are interested in getting into this hobby, check out Canon PowerWorks. I'll provide a link in the description down below. The deal is, one time a guy like commented on one of my videos. He goes, "Hey man, that's really great." He goes, "The best I could do was 150." And I have a feeling he was referring to the heavy grips 150, because there's only like 10 people in the world every year that certify on a 150 pound gripper. So I would imagine he's not one of those 10. So when you buy hand grippers, they'll come with like this weird, marketing that it says like, oh, it's the 100 or 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400. Those are just arbitrary numbers. That's not the actual strength that is required to close that gripper. You need to get the grippers certified, and I just buy all my grippers through Canon PowerWorks, and they certify all your grippers for you, and they give you the exact poundage rating per gripper. So here I'm using a choker gripper. This is just a Captains of Crush number 1, and sorry, my editing just came out of nowhere there for some reason, but I'm just using a Captains of Crush number 1. So this is rated at 72 pounds. I think like the marketing on that, they're like, oh, it's 120 pounds or something. I don't know what the marketing is on it, but it's not true. It's 72 pounds, and it allows you to set the gripper however close or however far apart you want, and you can just work on that shorter range of motion from there. So I'm just working from parallel, working to close. I really need to invest in heavier choker grippers. They're about $60 each. If I had access to them, I would just use a credit card to buy them. That's how much I need them. I really need to get a 1.5, Captains of Crush number 1.5, a number 2, 2.5, number 3, and so on. But Canon PowerWorks has been sold out for the longest time, and they have like a 3.5 and a number 4, but I'm just going to wait until I can get all of them all at once, and just regret having to pay for all that. So I did my right hand, I think 8 to 10 reps, and then I did my left hand about 8 reps. I really like this because if you have ever bench pressed before, I used to bench press 405, and what helped me to get from 355 to 405 pounds in my bench press was I had the form figured out by 355, but from going 355 to 405, one thing that really helped was just building up stronger triceps. And the only way you can build stronger triceps in the bench press, other than just more tricep exercises, is using what's called a bench board. So I'd use a 1 board or a 2 board or a 3 board and so on, and that basically would allow me to choke up that bar up against my chest, but it would be about 4 to 6 inches off my chest, and then I would just push from there. So it was isolating my tricep muscles instead of fatiguing my chest muscles, which is the first half of a bench press. So this is the same thing. I'm basically isolating that part of the movement to strengthen that part of the grip that I'm weakest at. So day 2, this was 5 days later. I train on Mondays and I train on Fridays. And day 2, this is a negatives day. It's kind of like you don't actually do negatives where you slowly release. Apparently that can cause serious injury. Instead, these are more like isometric holds. But right now, I'm actually doing 3 max attempts on the number 3. So this is 147 pounds. This is what's required to get your number 3 certification to be considered for having a world-class grip, and that's my goal. This is just what I set out to do 2 months ago when I could barely walk, and I was like, well, I can train my grip, so we'll do that. So here I'm doing 3 max attempts because it's what the program is required, and I'm getting better at doing a set. It's a modified David Horn style set where I'm loading my elbow into my rib cage, and then I'm pulling one of the handles into my arm, which is supported by my rib cage, and that's it. I'm just doing my best. I can't close the number 3. I can barely get it to parallel, but one thing that's cool is I've actually seen a lot of improvement. You can see here that I've got it with 2 hands. I can set it to near parallel, almost past parallel. However, for the certification, I have to be able to open up that grip and then slide a credit card through it and then close it again. So I'm a long ways off from number 3, I promise you. My left hand was just like, no. So I did that for 3 attempts. I think this is attempt number 3. Let's see how close I can get. 147 pounds. I mean, there's literally only about 10 people in the world can close this any given year with the new standards or testing standards, which is opening it up, sliding the width of a credit card through, and then closing it. I'm 6 feet 2 inches tall, so I don't really have an advantage or disadvantage, but definitely an advantage. If I were 5.5 feet tall, I would be a little bit at a disadvantage because I would have a smaller hand. I have pretty large hands, not extra large, but fairly large hands, so hopefully I'll be able to get that. So now we have singles from parallel, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember if I was burned out by this point, but these are hard. Like, I started out with 112 pounds. Last week I used 100 pounds for my right hand and held for 9 seconds. This week I used 112 pounds and held for 5 seconds. So that's an improvement. In my programming, Joe Musselwhite, Dr. Grip, said that if you can hold for longer than 10 seconds, you need to go heavier. So I had a feeling I would be able to hold the 100 pounds for over 10 seconds. So I went up in poundage. So I went up to 112 pounds for the right hand. And for the left hand, I went up to 83 pounds, which is up from 72 pounds. So that's a big improvement. I mean, that's like a 15% improvement there. So, and now after just 1 week. So yeah, look at that. They make it look easy. That's a long 5 seconds. I'm happy with that. I'll take that. All right, here we are on set 2. Again, 112 pounds, 5 seconds, right hand. I was doing a lot better with my setting my grip with my right hand. Okay, I see what I did wrong. I was actually, I'm an idiot, guys. So I actually did this for 3 sets because the first set I did it wrong. The first set, I just held it from parallel, and then I realized after I did it in both hands that I was supposed to squeeze from parallel. So that was me squeezing from parallel, and I don't even think I got it closed all the way, but I think I got close. And if I didn't get it closed all the way, it's probably because I was already fatigued from the incorrect first set. That's what I did. So parallel to close, the first set I totally messed that up. I did an isometric hold instead of just squeezing all the way. So left hand, 83 pounds again. I think both of these I got really close to closing. Like, we're talking a centimeter off. Yeah. If you see me shaking my head, that means I didn't get it. I think I got a little bit of a head shake there. I don't know. Alright, here we go. This is the last set. Same 112 pounds right hand. Let's see if I can get an actual close here. I honestly don't remember. It's been a busy week. Nope, I missed it. Let's see if I can get it closed all the way. Oh, and I barely got it closed. I mean, I don't even think I got a close on that. I don't think I did. Yeah, when I shake my hand like that, that's like, I failed. So I didn't get it, but I'll get it next time. This was really early in the morning. I had to get up at 7. I had to start training by 8 or 7:30 or 8. And I started out with my warm-up, jogging around the neighborhood. I had to get things done because I had to pick up my dad. I hadn't seen him in 2 years, so but I was supposed to pick him up by like 9:30 or 10, and so I had to get things done, have a protein shake, and get out the door. I got to do the same thing tomorrow. I have acupuncture tomorrow. And that's it, folks. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for following me in my journey to trying to get healthy again and chasing that Captains of Crush #3. If you like this content, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys next time.